I'm just curious. We have an interesting collaboration because you are a poet, a professional poet, and you're also a creative coach. And I'm a money coach, and I also was a visual artist for a while. So we have an interesting collaboration here. And so somebody who's sort of creatively inclined, and also female, also Irish, have particular patterns around this relationship with money. Could you describe what you have discovered about that?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think what came up is that many of the patterns that I thought were mine are often patterns that are shared with a lot of other women, particularly Irish women, and particularly creative Irish women. And when I say creative, working in the creative fields, because everybody's creative.
Right.
And those patterns are typically around the feeling that there's a contradiction between having integrity around our work and putting a price on it. I think that was one thing. Another then was that as a woman, often traditionally, we are not in positions of power around money. So if you look at, traditionally women have earned less in a lot of household situations. Our power was less than that of our partner if it was a situation where the woman stayed at home and minded the children. So I think that there was that. And then Irish people in general, and I think this is changing very much, but we're still not comfortable talking about money. It's still something that we are, that we don't have frank and open discussions about. So, and I know in that creative world, and there are some excellent people working in that space here in Ireland, just challenging both ourselves and challenging the market around putting a price and a value in what it is that we do. We're often told, oh, at least you'll get exposure. The exposure is, or you know what, you're building up something here, and then eventually you're going to get paid for it. And we are creating our art for the sake of creating our art and getting pleasure from that. That is absolutely wonderful. If we are in a marketplace where others are getting paid for the work that they're doing and we're not getting paid for the work that we're doing, then we need to stand up and challenge So that's really where I would see there's a huge value in the workshop, where we are bringing together people who even though they may come from very different backgrounds, may have very similar experiences, and will be able to share their stories as well, with each other, as well as learn a lot from exploring the archetypes, and just being in that space where they can look at how they're relating with money.